Good morning, everybody. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Monday. It is the 13th, I believe, of October. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. If you haven't, this is a channel mostly about cross stitch. I do throw in some antique hauls and some decorating video at the end. So if you don't want to watch it, you can just tune out after the cross stitch. Today I will be talking a little bit about the shop, a little bit about my stitching updates, a little bit about a continuation of the laundry room redo, and whatever else happens to pop into my head. Let's start with shop updates. So we'll get those out of the way right now. I do have surgery on Wednesday. Not sure how long I'll be away from the shop this time. We're just going to play it by ear. You know, last time I had a kidney stone removed, I worked afterwards with the stent in, and it was terrible, and I'm not going to do that again. So I already know I'm going to have a stent. I just don't know how long it's going to be in. So the hours, Doreen is filling in for me. Connie may or may not come back and help her. The hours for the shop will still remain Wednesday and Friday from 11 to 4 and Saturdays from 10 until 2. Hopefully it won't be for much longer, and then we're going to reassess. I think possibly I'll do Tuesday, Wednesday from 11 to 5. And Friday from 11 to 5 and Saturday from 10 until 2. But don't quote me on that because I haven't made up my mind yet. That would give me a little more time for doctor appointments so that I'm not having to close the shop or try and find some coverage. It gives me like 2 days. Also, it gives me 2 days to come in and frame because I'm not going to have anyone in the shop to help customers while I'm framing, and I don't do well when I get interrupted. So I'm figuring Thursdays I can go ahead and go on in anyway and just work on framing and try and keep that moving forward somewhat. Still not going to be a fast process, but it is what it is. Most of the people who leave framing with me know that in advance and are quite willing to wait. So, what else do I know? Like I said, Doreen will be filling in for me. Sherry has stepped away. She's helping take care of her grandchildren. So, and she's having some back issues. So she has stepped away. Connie, like I said, may come back and help Doreen out. She's got to come back one way or the other because she left her car in my driveway. So at some point, the girl's going to come back. She was supposed to do an antique video with me. Her stuff is still here. And we didn't get it done before she left to go home for a couple weeks. So hopefully when she comes back, we'll get a video done. I've already recorded my part because I needed to do some things with it. It was all over my island out in the pantry, and I needed to get that cleaned up. So my part's already recorded, and I have started styling my finds, but I'm sure I'll go again at some point. I was going to go this weekend, but it didn't work out. So is what it is, right? One other life date, one could arguably say that probably the most important life update that we've had. Dan and I became grandparents again. Alex and Emily had a son last Monday. His name is Griffin, and he was 7 pounds, 9 9.8 ounces, I think, and 19.5 inches long. Mom and baby are doing well. We were over there last night to celebrate Alex's birthday, and he slept through the entire thing. So he only woke up as we were leaving because it was time to eat. But he is a cutie. I think I can pull up a picture on my phone and do a quick baby picture. So there is little Griffin. And so that was, you know, that makes 2 grandsons, 3 granddaughters. At one point, this was going to be their only child, but I happened to ask a week or 2 ago whether they thought any more about having more than one, and it's not off the table at this point. Emily's like, let's just wait and see how this goes, and then we'll make that decision. But they are starting to get a little up there in age, so they're in their mid-30s at this point. So if they're going to do it, another baby, probably sooner would be better than later, but that's their decision. It's entirely up to them. He is a cutie, and they are totally and absolutely in love with the little guy. So I'm very happy for them. All right, that takes care of the updates. On to the rest of the video. I will try and keep you posted on how I'm doing on Facebook. Yeah, I think that's everything I know for that. Oh, I have a question to answer from a viewer. I haven't answered in the comments yet, but I will. She asked about the 2 bird pictures on the wall here and here. Yes, they are cross-stitch. This one is from Antique Needleworks Design, I think is what it's called. It's called Peacock and Scrolling Roses. I used to carry those charts in the shop, but they quit sending them to the distributor that I used, and they're like from overseas, so I'm not paying shipping on that. So I no longer carry them. And then this one is from an old Just Cross Stitch magazine. The designer's name is Marie Barber. I can't remember the name of the chart at this point. I've had it in some past videos, multiple times actually, but I can't at this time remember the name of it. But the designer is Marie Barber, and it's from an old Just Cross Stitch magazine, and it's on the cover. So maybe if you Google Just Cross Stitch Parrot Marie Barber, it might bring it up. I think that's it for updates and questions. I don't usually get a whole lot of questions. So I will move on to what I have been stitching on, which is not a lot. I just have not felt well. I'm going to say that yesterday and today I have felt the best that I have since surgery. And I'm going to guess that's because they gave me a longer run of antibiotics this time, and then I went ahead and extended it because I had some left over of the same antibiotic. So it's going to take me up through tomorrow, surgery being on Wednesday. And today was the first time I have been able to tinkle without a lot of pain. So being on the antibiotic for that period of time, I think, has helped, which is great, because I'm tired of being in pain. But I just haven't felt like stitching. It's just been, I just don't feel good. And when you don't feel good, you don't really want to do anything. So I haven't. A little bit here and there. We did have a retreat last weekend. But even then, I did not stitch a whole lot. In fact, Friday night, I went to bed at 7:30 because I just was not feeling good. And I was thinking, well, I'll just go lay down for a little bit and then I'll come back downstairs to the stitching room. And that did not happen. I went to bed and I fell asleep for a couple of hours. And when I got up, it was, 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I was like, I'm not going downstairs. So I got into my pajamas, I brushed my teeth, and I went to bed and slept until my alarm went off at 8 a.m. I have never done that at retreat before. So, yeah, it just wasn't. I think everyone else had a good time. It wasn't the best for me, but I think everyone else had a good time. It was not supposed to have frills, but I did end up going ahead and doing a few frills here and there. We had shop night, shop afternoon. We had a gift exchange. Just a lot of laughs, a lot of fun. So, had a great time. Anyway, so there's some updates, but they're not. It's not like a lot of progress. I'm just going to put that out there right now. Not a lot of progress. One thing I have been working on quite a bit lately, and I use the term quite a bit rather loosely. So let's just say I've stitched on this piece more than I've stitched on any of the others that you're going to see. Mostly because I'm getting old and my eyes are having a little more trouble with black. It's not impossible, but I decided I should probably try and focus on this. I actually thought I was further along than what I am, but I need to get it done. Alex has been waiting for this for a long time. It's the companion piece to Fire and Ice, which I stitched years ago. And then I started on Golden Ice. The chart came out in 2005, which is approximately when I started this. It looks like this. I am doing it on 28 count Lugana. And I'm going to show you the whole thing first. And then I will point out where I have been stitching. So that is the whole portion. Wait a minute. There. That is the whole portion that I have gotten done. This is harder to show. The light, I don't want the light to shine through too much, but so this is an ear up here. And I have been working, let's see, I can show you what I've been working on. So I have been working on this part here, and there's, yeah, you can see kind of the browns and stuff that are starting to creep in. So I've been doing some work there, and then I've also done this stuff here. So it's starting to take shape a little bit, but I still have, for some reason I thought I had all the lower part done, but I don't. If you'll notice in the picture, I'm kind of even with the end of his nose in my stitching, and there's quite a bit left below the nose. So not as far as I was hoping. But progress is progress. I'm happy with what I've managed to get done, and I'm just going to keep plugging away at it and hopefully get it finished within the next year. One of the things we did at retreat was a patriotic challenge. So I challenged everybody to start a patriotic piece with the intention of having it finished by next July for the sesquicentennial, whatever it is, word. And then actually enter it into our, for those who are in Nebraska, to enter it into the Nebraska State Fair. There will be a special category next year, just for next year, for patriotic pieces. We're allowed to put 2 in. And so I challenged everybody to start something patriotic at retreat that they intend to put into the fair. And everything that I am attracted to is large. And I know I have no hope of getting it done before before the fair. So I had to dig deep. And this is a chart that I have always admired. It's very simple, but I have always liked it. It's from Priscilla's Pocket. It's called Patriots Trio. And I am doing the Freedom one. I did change the colors a little bit, so instead of parchment, I am using Shaker White. Instead of the red, which was old red paint, I am using Cayenne from Weeks Dye Works. Instead of uniform blue from Gentle Arts, I am using blacksmith blue. And then I am using the called for Grecian gold. But mine is an actual gold Grecian gold. Sometimes Grecian gold has a little green to it, and I didn't want that. So mine is actual gold. I am doing the called for color. It's supposed to be done on, what is it? What are you supposed to be done on? I don't have my glasses on either. Hold, please. Does it say? I will be framing mine, but they do have instructions to put it on a horn book using a nun stitch, which I have never done and should probably challenge myself to do so, but I don't feel like it. It's supposed to be 35 count tin roof or dolphin. I don't have any dolphin, but I did have 36 count Zweigart based tin roof. So that is what I opted to do this on. And what I got done, let me remind you, because I've talked for so long now, what it looks like is this. And I got the word freedom done. Ha. Whew. I'm a hot mess today. So there's freedom. That's all I got done. But it's better than nothing. I am debating. It's a pretty primitive looking piece. I have debated finding a star button to put up here instead of the stitched one. I have debated putting, like, I don't know if you can see it in this picture, but right around here, there's little white dots around the 76. I have debated using beads. The problem with that is beads can be perceived as not so primitive. So I might get docked for it at the fair. I'm trying to decide whether I really give a flying fig. I'm pretty sure I don't. So I wouldn't use a shiny, I would use like a matte colored bead so it wouldn't be quite as in your face. But I've thought about doing that. And And I still may, because I like the idea. And it's my piece, so I can do what I want. Next up is Extraordinary Birds. And I finished feet number 3, and I can't remember if you've seen it since I finished feet number 3, but then I have moved beyond feet number 3. I'm looking to see if I have the picture on the screen, but yes, I do. I do, because I don't have a printed. This gives you the idea of the full, what it will look like when it's fully finished, which mine is, you know, not. But I'm working mine on 36 count Sequoia from Atomic Ranch. I was doing it in the order in which the birds came out. I decided when I was at retreat that I wanted to fill in some of these holes in the bottom. So that's what I worked on, but I'm going to hold the whole thing up and then so there's the whole of the piece. And what I worked on at retreat is these green ball looking things. Can you see them? Yeah. Right there. That's all I really worked on since I got the 3rd feet done, which was this here. This right there was part of the 3rd feet. So it's progress. We're going to take it and run with it and be happy with it, because that's what we do. The next piece I have is Teresa Kogut's Land That I Love. In my last video, there were several comments letting me know that you like my changes. Thank you for letting me know that you do. I do appreciate that. It kind of validates my design decisions, and I appreciate having validation. So this is what it's looking like these days. I think the part that I've worked on is the house, top of that house, which is also a design variation because I changed, it's supposed to say Land That I Love, but I took that out, and I put the part of the, okay, let me back up. So I have removed this band underneath the houses, but I took part of the band, this part, and I'm putting it up on top of that house in place of the Land That I Love. So that gives you a better idea maybe of what it looks like. So I also changed my chimney color because I didn't like it, and I got to put the cap yet on the chimney. So who knows how this is going to turn out. Hopefully I'm going to love it when it's done. But I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants right now on it. And hopefully it's going to look awesome. All right, the next one I worked on is Manor at Peacock Hill, which the dogs ate the front. I have the back, but they ate the front of the chart, the cover part, so I don't have a picture for you. This is a fairly old design from With Thy Needle and Thread, copyrights 2013, so it's, you know, what's that make it, 12? 12 years old, 20, 25, 2013, 12. So it's not a new design, and I've been working on it for quite some time. This is where I'm at. So since the last time I showed it, I think I finished, ouch, Note to self, remove needles. I think I finished the house. I finished the tree trunk, and I've started the green underneath it. And that, I think, is all. I may have put in the M and N over here. It's possible I also finished the tail since the last time you saw it. Or not. I'm not 100% sure. But that's, I'm going to hold it up again so you can just kind of see the whole thing. That's what it looks like currently. It would be nice to get this done this year, but this year is only another 2.5 months. Can you believe that? We're like the middle of October. That leaves us November and December, and then it's a new year again. Holy moly. Holy moly. It goes by so fast the older you get. And I'm getting old. All right, the final thing is a new start. Nath Nolu came out with her August or Autumn Songbird, and it looks like that. Sorry for the glare, guys. I sit opposite my windows, so there's the fall one. Lots of pretty fall colors in that one. I have started it. I'm doing this one on 40 count Dulce de Leche, which is a little more golden than it has been, but I did like, and I forgot to grab the colors from over there. I'll show them to you next time. So I got the middle flower, the white part done, and that's it. Started that at retreat. So that is the sum total of my stitching. Not a ton of progress, but we'll take what is done and be happy with it. So at the end of this video, I will attach the cleaning out process of the mess that was my laundry room. Back that way. It is done, and I have started the decorating process. But we have to get through the process that we went through first before you can see the finished part. But I am happy with how it turned out. It's way more functional, and it's beautiful to boot, if I do say so myself. So, but first we have to get through how we cleaned it out and what we did, which was a job in and of itself. I think it took us 2 days. 2 days, a lot of bins, to get it emptied out. But you'll see that at the end of this. And so I'm going to just switch over to that for you, and I'll say goodbye at the end. So here's the current situation. I've got a lot of it corralled into bins, but still need to do a second sort and get some more bins. Good morning. This is weekend number 2. Last weekend we started on the laundry room, and after we got it all cleaned out, it was in a lot worse shape than what I had anticipated. So we're going to have to do a few things, and I figured as long as we were going to have to do a few things, it was time to give it a total redo. So Dan has taken the moldings down from around the door, And because we are replacing this with a solid core door. This is just a hollow core, which doesn't really help since the garage is on the other side of this door. But I found this kind of interesting. This was done by the builders. They just stuffed the gap with old rags and towels. Dan said normally someone would use expanding foam in there, but apparently not. So he's got that done. He also took down the cupboards on here and here, because I decided I wasn't going to do cupboards. Technically, I decided I wasn't doing cupboards because I just figured he would fill them back up with stuff. So I'm going to do open shelving. I'm going to put one big shelf across there and then 2 smaller shelves on each side. That way I can kind of see if he starts to pile things on, but it'll give me some place to maybe put, these are the dog's towels, you know, for when we give them a bath. Maybe they'll go on there, maybe not. I haven't decided yet. In between the washer and the dryer, so right here, you can see there is a gap. He's going to build me a rolling cart that will pull out. It'll be on wheels, and we can, I can put like currently the detergent is sitting on the floor. It can fit in that rolling cart, and then when it's not in use, it will slide back in between. And the towels could potentially go on that also and be hidden, because they're not, they're not attractive in any way, shape, or form. And the last thing he accomplished was the dryer now opens this way. So it will make moving clothes from the washer to the dryer much easier for people, because it now opens the way it should have. And I just had a laugh because we've lived with it the other way for years. Duh. That's all I can say. So that's the progress that he made yesterday while I was at work. I just thought I would update you. I can't wait to get a new light fixture. I've always hated that light fixture, but I'm getting a new one. So that's my update for today. I don't know what he plans to do. It's Sunday, so I don't know what he plans to do for today. We'll see you next time. Well, what do you think? It was quite the mess, wasn't it? Yeah, you're gonna be totally shocked by how it turns out, I think. I'm really pleased with it. I think Dan is pleased with it. Hopefully he won't start to bring his crap back in. There's no place for him to put it now that I'm not gonna. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna become a real flaming bitch about the whole thing if he starts to put his crap in there instead of putting it away. I'm just gonna be a nag. That's all there is to it. Yeah, there's no reason that he can't learn to put his stuff away. He may have to be told to do it, but he's going to do it. So that's all I have for you today. I will probably, hopefully, I will check in a week or so. Let you know how things are going. And we will go from there. Yeah. So you take care until then. Get lots of stitching done. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.